pretty quick 360. Not that quick. But there's where we're flying from. We're going to start that. A little windy. All right, I'm going to put it up about 100 feet. See what we can see. Wow, got up there really quick. There's 100. Okay. Let's do another 360 while we're up there. Wow, look at that sky. Absolutely beautiful. I've been wanting to get up here. Told Rick Bean and I'd be up here, several days this week, and just doctor's appointments and stuff like that have gotten in the way. I worked yesterday for Jim down at Ace, and he's going to work for me on Friday, so I got a couple days off here, but not much left with the foliage as we're looking around here. So that's okay. We enjoy doing a little flight anyhow, see what's happening and what's going on. There's the road came up on, and almost the whole way around. So we're only at 100-foot altitude. So, wow, look at the just beautiful country here. We're gonna head on down the road here. And like I said, looking out here over the ground, just amazing. So we're gonna fly. I like being up about 120 feet, so there we go. We're gonna fly out here. There's a oil pad there, drilling pad. Well, let's see, we'll fly over there. And there's a creek down below us. Let's see, we'll drop the gimbal down a little bit so we can see. We are at 84% power. This was fully charged. So, and just buzzing around here. I believe that is Tunnel Hill there, just to the right. And Tunnel Road going up over that way. So the vehicle coming up the road past the barn there. We're buzzing along, 81% power. We're going to come back over this way. Extended flight distance detected. We'll maintain visual line of sight unless otherwise authorized. Yes, we are. We can see the drone from here, so don't give me that stuff. We are now tilted gimbal up just a little bit. And you can see Route 68 there, just off the distance a little bit. Getting a little breezy right now, so wow. There's one of the sod farms. There's some foliage. Not many leaves left. But, oh well, you have that this time of year. There's the, it used to be the trailer, or the tractor place, and it's now, seems like it's all trailers. So, I hear a plane. We're only about 120 feet up in the air. So, we're doing fine. Facing north here. Route 68, just about halfway on the screen there, on the left side that you can see. Yeah, we're just going to keep buzzing over that way. Let's get rid of this. There we go. I didn't see that X there. I had to get rid of that warning. Yes, I can see my drone right from here. Oops. Wake signal. All right, well, bring it back a little bit. Shouldn't be that weak to this. Weak remote signal. You know what? I'm probably just not aimed. There we go. And we're end of November here, so yeah, usually the foliage is pretty well gone by now, but we do see some trees with the foliage. So, 61% power, doing just fine. And, a little sideways crab, and was hoping to see a train coming up the train tracks here. Should be just about over them. There they are. Just on the other side of that field to the right. There's Route 68. So, just keep on flying. Should have brought my remote microphones. Did not do that. 57% power. So, raise that gimbal just a little bit. We're right from here. This is where, if we look over to the left, looking up the railroad tracks. And 54% power. Oh. Let's go back up. This this drone has a couple buttons on it, and it changes what I'm looking at. Well, that road down that way, it's funny. Last time I photographed that was all underwater with flooding last spring. I hope we don't see that again. It's just so many people affected by flooding and heavy rain because we got lots of hills and lots of low valleys here. So we're gonna actually, I think we'll do a little 360 right here. Looks like another well pad there. Oh, there we go. We'll have to lift the gimbal up a little bit. I think that's old 68 there. And 45% power. We're going to fly the railroad tracks a little bit here. %power. And oh, I hear your train. Let's turn this. %38 power. There he is. %34 power. Got 3 engines pulling that. Wow. Lots of oil tank vehicles on there. Wow. We're in the clip-clop of the trains going over something on the track. There we go. There's the end of the train. 29% power.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
They'll return home. %27 power. He goes. Oh, we caught a train today. Oh, and there's my low battery warning. Well, I'm going to have to let him fly back here, but there we go. with that, we're going to head on home. Oh. Yes, I know. Now we are with the red Yukon right there. So we're getting pretty close. 20% power. Power just turned into red. I'm going to hit the automatic return home. Altitude is too large. Forward, backward. Well, let's fly it manually back here.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home. Go home.
Yes. Have not done a return to home on this for a couple months. I like to test that regularly. So going through 50, 75, there's 100, and up about 130. So again, just catching a beautiful view here. Let's looking at the property here. So getting a little gusty. So I flying the heavier drone, got Tommy going. So and just gonna look at this beautiful area up here. There's a nice 360. Get the horizon in. So very few leaves left on the trees. Oh, I didn't start the other camera. There we go. Started the other camera. Kind of like the low resolution camera, because then I can see my screen and what all's going on here. So, and actually, let's make it full screen. There we go. So there's really just big 360. So what we're going to do, move along here. We're gonna circle a property of photographing here. Just kind of just above the trees. We're 138 feet. I'm going to go up 150 or a little better, but we got some clouds. We're in the clouds. You can see the pattern of the sun peeking through the clouds. They were working here last week. They ran the combine, got everything cut down here. So, wow. Just a beautiful area. Looking at the clouds in the sky there. 86% power. Get a lot of people that stop by Ace and say, hey, I saw our house on your last video. So drop a comment on Facebook if you see it, or stop down and see me at Ace and say, hey, that was fun. Nice to see the house from the air. And there's a vehicle coming up the road. And we're gonna just beautiful grounds here. Love looking at the sky like this. One of the bad things, if you have a neighbor who junks up the yard and has all kind of crap around, you get to see that too. So we try to keep our yard nice and clean so no one complains. But oh well. But you can also, oh, there goes. I don't know why it pops out like that, but it does. So we'll just restart. I'm not sure why it's popping out like that, but just reloaded all the software, so yeah, all updates should be there. Wow, just looking at the sky off in the distance, the horizon, really, really nice. Someone asked me if I can spot deer with my drone, and no, this is not an infrared drone, so you got to really fly pretty low before you can catch up to viewing animals. So, but there's the creek going by there. And 69% power. Always keep an eye on that. I guess that's part of the sod farm right there. There's the drone going past me. I can hear him buzzing for a change instead of just seeing him. So, pretty nifty. Well, that's about it for looking over the grounds here. So, I think we're going to bring the drone back in. I may just put these two videos together. And so, put everything in, pop it on the website. Oh wow, the grounds here are just absolutely beautiful. So a lot of work to plan a field like that. So that's a short flight. 62% power, and I'm ready to bring her back home again. So, and I think that's what we'll do now. All right. So, I'll tell you what, before we do that, we're going all the way up to 400 feet. I don't see any aircraft right now, don't have any warnings. Going through 350, almost at our top, which is just short of 400.
Maximum flight altitude reached.
And we're going to do one more 360. So you can just see the ground's way off in the distance. We're going to do a fairly slow 360. But you can see how barren the trees are with leaves, but there are a few holding the leaves. I think those are, I'm not sure. I think those are oak trees that hold the leaves the longest. So, %57 power. Wow, absolutely fantastic. There's the creek down below us there. Railroad tracks. A couple other little streets. Almost the whole way around. There's the well pad and all that down there. %52 power. And there we are. So we're gonna bring it so we're looking straight down. Over a little bit. Careful we don't hit any poles or anything high, any trees, no roofs. Coming down through 200 feet. And it's getting windy and gusty here. I am going to enable the
go home.
Let it land itself here. Because my nose is running. I gotta take care of that. I'll let it land itself again. So. It's asking me. It's okay. Go ahead.
Landing.
All right, folks. Thanks for being along on the ride. Talk to you soon.